Is there anything good about being codependent? That's what we're going to talk about today. But first, my name is Michelle Ferris. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I'm also a recovering codependent. And I've been doing this a while, and I want to help you recover faster. So there actually is some good parts of being codependent, and there are 3 in particular that we're going to talk about today. But the reason I'm going to do this is because I think in codependency recovery, it's really easy for you maybe to get stuck in looking at what isn't working versus what is working. And I want to support you in looking at what is working for you. So the first trait is everybody in your life probably knows that you're a super giver. You are the one to give to family, to friends, to your community. You make a difference in what you give. And that's a lovely trait. Not everybody does that. Now in codependency recovery, what you're gonna wanna do is have some boundaries around that. So you may need to start to ask yourself, when should I give and when is it better for me to do what I need to do for myself? Okay? Because if you're giving and it hurts you, that's a sign that you really need to pull back and set a boundary. Now the second one is people know that you are the one to go to for support. You're the one in a pinch to go to because you are reliable. They know they can count on you, and that's a precious thing in relationship. Because when we know that we have a friend that we can go to no matter what, we trust them and we feel safe. And it's one of those joys of life. So when they're in crisis, you're the first one there. You're the first one with support or some ideas or some help. That can be a lovely thing. Now in codependency recovery, that you may need boundaries around that. There may be times when you have to give less, or you may have to consider, what do I need to do to take care of myself so I don't lose myself in somebody else's problem? Okay, that's really key in codependency recovery. Now the third one is you have an amazing sensitivity to pick up on other people's emotions. If they're happy, if they're sad, if they're angry, your antenna goes up. And that can be a really helpful skill because if you can use that to your advantage, you'll know when to approach somebody and when you might need to back off, or when you might need to check out with somebody close to you. Hey, is this about me? Are you upset? Did I do anything? And then that gives the other person a chance to say, no, actually, it's not about you at all. I'm just having a bad day. So you can use your superpower of being able to pick up on other people's feelings and take care of yourself around that, instead of worrying and obsessing about what if they're upset at me. I want you to just flat out check it out, because that's a really good thing to do with that gift, is to say, hey, it seems like you're upset. Are you okay? Did I do anything? I'm just checking, are we okay? Because that's really good self-care. And then you're gonna be able to let go of it and not hold on to it. So those are 3 things in codependency that are actually good. That you're a giver, that you're somebody people can depend on, and you're very sensitive in picking up what's going on emotionally for other people. Those are gifts, and I want you to be able to cultivate those. And the way to cultivate those is if you're setting boundaries around them. So when you're into any one of those gifts, I want you to ask yourself, is this good for me to act? Or is it going to hurt me later if I act? Those can be really helpful questions for you to ask yourself, because if it's something that's going to be detrimental to you, I want you to reconsider or figure out a scenario that is going to work for you and is going to not hurt you. Because codependency recovery is about you honoring you. It's not about you always honoring others and putting yourself last, because that's what we did in the disease of codependency, is we put ourselves last. And I don't want that for you. What I'd love you to do next is hit the subscribe button, because I would love to see you again here, and hit the like button so more people can see these videos. I also have a free relationships checklist to help you assess your relationships so that you know who is supportive and who are those challenging people that you may need to reassess on occasion. Because when you know the health of your relationships, it's so much easier to create healthier ones, because you'll know what needs to be fixed. Thanks so much. Bye.